basically just gonna be like, hey guys, bye guys. That's it. The end. As you can see, I woke up a little bit later than I wanted to today. Oh my goodness. I just want to see the whole chat. Thank you. So yeah, as you can see with my title, I really stayed up way too late listening to Karen dig her own grave. Holy moly. For those of you guys that are following Karen Read, there was a series. It seems like it's going to be a 5-part docu-series on Karen and her being the main suspect in the unaliving of John O'Keefe, the police officer. She just, God, she didn't look very good in this, like the way that she was depicted in this show. I just could not believe they let her say all the stuff that she said. I can't believe that she just actually is that big of a narcissist. I don't know her. I don't know that she's a narcissist. I'm gonna rewind. Let's take a step back. She seems like a narcissist. At least she seems like she's got traits of narcissism. She doesn't seem to care about John O'Keefe. In one part of the thing, she says that he was over there hanging up a chandelier for her and that she was making him dinner in payment like he was some kind of handyman. It doesn't seem like they're like, I don't know, maybe some people date people and they're not as into it as like maybe when I date people. I don't know. It's like, good God, she's just not relatable to me. So maybe it's just me. I will admit I can't believe how much she talks. Right? She said, and oh my God, it just makes her look so bad. Who would let her go up there and say some of the stuff that she says? Abby Rose, I'm sorry. I'm done with the joke. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that yesterday. Definitely keep it at Abigail Rose. I'm sorry. I definitely don't ever mean to be offensive like that. I didn't know. I was actually laughing at how Miss Ann says words all messed up all the time, and then I was relating it to how when Dolly doesn't put his glasses on. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was really ugly of me. Please keep my family in your prayers. They put my mom in hospice and wasn't to make it through the night. Oh, I'm so sorry. Definitely many prayers for you. Legally Blonde, I'm sorry. That's so sad. I can't imagine. I'm very lucky to have both of my parents. My parents are amazing, and they've been together for a long time. I know what it's like to be in a home with two parents. My parents are amazing. But yeah, man, we started off on a good note, and then it's Tuesday, right? I think Karen Read's going to a trial case this morning. She's got some motions, and I'm excited. We're gonna get to see Hank the Tank go into action. I don't think they're playing around anymore, and I don't know what she thought. There was a part in the documentary where she's in the back seat and she's like, "They want me to do Vogue," and I think it's like Alan Jackson in the background. He's like, "Go ahead, girl, do it," and I'm like, when do you go to Boston? Supposed to be the 7th, but I'm hearing that the jury selection may be longer. I'm thinking, I need to kind of get that sorted so that I could not go there and we get there and it's just jury selection we get to sit in on, which you don't get to sit in on. So joke's on me. But, yeah. Yeah, he likes collecting the money. Jackson does. Oh, I know he does. Is it on Netflix? That was the... All right, give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. The Man in the Snow, I think it's called, a Karen Read story. It was on ID TV, which I still don't know what that stands for. I meant to look it up yesterday. But we don't have cable TV. I haven't personally had cable TV for years. And so When I saw that it was coming out, I wanted to watch it. I heard all the previews on it. Karen Reed's been a fascinating topic for me because I feel like she did it. I always felt like she did it. I could see how people question the people around her and the situation that happened when Investigation Discovery. Thank you. Thank you. Bama Cat, thank you. I meant to Google it and it completely slipped my mind. But when I saw that it was coming out, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how I'm going to watch it because it's, it's a TV channel and we don't have cable. And so there were a couple different apps and one was like Philo, Philo. So I go to download that. I sign up. It's like, okay, free trial, fine. And then after that, it's like $28 a week or a month or something. I don't even know. It was something ridiculous considering how awful the service was. But so we get all comfy. I get me and Jimmy, and we're all like, he's got his cookies, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready. So the app doesn't log in on the TV. So, oh my God, I'm so frustrated. And then I trying to cast it to the TV from my phone. So the big TV won't cast from my phone for some reason, period. No matter what I do, it just won't do it. Tiffany's phone does it perfectly. Mine just won't do it. And so I'm like, okay, at that point I'm frustrated. I'm like, let's go to the bedroom TV. So I gather all of us together. We, hobble on over to the freaking bedroom TV, and it starts to cast it. We see the first part of the show. It's like so suspenseful. And it gets to a part where it starts talking, and John's side, his family and his good friends, and come start talking. And I'm like starting to freaking cry already. And I'm like, this is going to be great. And so he's like, oh my God, you're crying already. Jesus Christ. Like, you know how men get when women cry. Like, just, oh God, this is going to be great. So all of a sudden, my phone is streaming it to the TV and it just stops. I'm like, great. So I'm desperately trying to figure out what's wrong. And it says like the app needs to be refreshed or something. I'm like, this sucks. So then finally, after like 30 minutes of trying to mess with the phone and the app and streaming it and not streaming it, it never went back on the TV. We literally walked around the house with it on my phone playing while we finished doing, like, I folded laundry. He made little pizzas for dinner. And we like finished watching and listening to it on the phone. Like, it was I swear every 5-10 minutes there was a 5-minute commercial break. And I'm not used to commercials because I pay for premium YouTube, so I don't get commercials. And I haven't had cable. So like, I haven't had commercials in God knows how long. And it was like unskippable 5-minute commercials. I'm like, who the hell? Who watches TV like this? It's like, so every, like, you get through a little chapter of the show and then it's like a 5-minute commercial break. You can't skip it. You have to sit there and watch it. It's like the same commercial over and over. McDonald's. I almost had the sequence memorized. It was like McDonald's, no, I don't. I just remember the McDonald's because it just kept showing the freaking chicky nuggies, and it's just like, oh, chicky nuggies, yum. But I'm just sitting there like, Jesus Christ. By that point in time, I was so frustrated, and then the story gets frustrating because she's like saying stuff that's just like, oh my God, do you realize what you're saying? She's like, I don't even know where to start. I could go on and on. She's like, well, it's time for me to be looking out for myself and taking care of myself. And I'm like, lady, there's a person that died. Like, were you even like, oh my God, when you want to reach in through the freaking device and just like, do you feel shaken? Yeah, because I just shook you. Because I felt shaken. Hey, Tony. I had to do the same thing, or you're going to watch something. It was just, I would have rather paid for it just for the series. Like, I would have just rather paid for it just outright, no commercials. Like, I just want to see the show. That's it. I mean, and they hyped this up so big that, like, after this, I don't think there's going to be anybody really that doesn't know the story and that doesn't have a bias. She just made herself look so, I mean, even if for whatever reason, if she somehow magically didn't do it, which at this point, she can't not have done it. And they automatically, and that's why there wasn't people going into the house or doing all this weird extra work when she's at the scene. Hey, Nina, good to see you. Hey, thank you, Abigail. I love the little flower. No, she's at the scene saying, you know, what if I hit him? Oh my God, I'm the last one that saw him. Like stuff like that. And I'm like, so of course everybody's instantly going to go to you. And then, so her story is, they get there. First of all, they were invited there. So we all know they were invited there. They basically drive there. They get there, and she's like, it feels uninviting. What? You were just with them. You were just invited. So what do you mean? So then they get there, and she's like, it feels uninviting, and I wanted him to go in there to see if we were even welcome. They were just driving there with Jen McCabe giving them directions on how to get there. So what do you mean to see if you're welcome? You just got invited. You were just on the phone with the person that invited you, that welcomed you. And then so she says, he goes in, and she says, well, I just wanted him to check to make sure we were invited. And then he never comes back out to tell me that, you know, hey, everything's good. Well, why is there no messages of you calling to say, hey, you're still in the house, where you at? I'm out here still. Or like, why didn't you come in? Or why didn't you? It just doesn't, her story just doesn't line up, period. That's it. That's all I gotta say. There's 5 parts to this. I think it's gonna be consecutively ran this week. I'm not certain. I gotta check it out. But there's a motions case this morning. I believe we're gonna cover it on Dolly Vision. And so make sure you guys check out Dolly Vision YouTube. I gotta run, gotta go into work. Have a good rest of your day. You guys are amazing, and thanks so much for being here with me every morning. Bicycle.